When the clock strikes 9 p.m. and voting comes to an end, the Election Commission closes the entrance doors. From that moment on, only Election Commission members, candidate proxies, domestic and international observers should remain inside. Election Commission members represent various electoral committees. Until the counting concludes, the Commission must carry out all tasks together and cannot split into teams. Collaborative work allows Commission members to check on each other. Candidate proxies, domestic and international observers watch the Commission's proceedings, but they cannot interfere, touch ballot papers or the electoral roll. The Commission seals and stamps the ballot box inlet so that no additional ballots can be dropped inside. Pens are taken away from Commission members to prevent them from voting on unused ballots or invalidating properly cast votes. With these preparations complete, the Commission can move on to the next step, the settlement of ballots. Initially, the Commission verifies the number of voters eligible to vote based on the electoral roll and how many ballots the Commission received. Then they count how many unused ballots remain, and based on signatures in the electoral roll, how many ballots were issued to voters. They also check the remarks column to see if there were voters who declined to take one or more ballots. If the sum of issued and unused ballots equals the number of ballots received by the Commission, they can proceed to the next step. The Commission removes the seal, opens the ballot box, retrieves all the ballots, and sorts them by election type. The Commission then categorizes them into valid and invalid ballots. A ballot is valid if it's properly stamped and it isn't torn. Torn ballots are neither valid or invalid and are not considered during counting. At this point, the Commission packs all invalid ballots for each election separately and begins examining valid ballots from one election. Valid ballots for other elections are packed and set aside not to distract anybody. The Commission determines the number of valid and invalid votes. At this stage, the Commission should not assess for whom the vote was cast. The validity of a vote should be assessed collectively by all Commission members. If the number of valid votes and the number of invalid votes matches the number of valid ballots, the Commission can move on to the next step, determining the voting result. The Election Commission does this by sorting ballots according to who received the votes. In elections where voting is for candidates registered on electoral lists, votes for lists are counted first and are then assigned to votes for individual candidates. The results are then entered into a draft protocol by the Election Commission, and counted ballots are packaged based on the candidate who received the vote. This procedure is repeated for every election separately. In the referendum, the Commission evaluates the validity of the vote for each question separately. Once all the ballots and votes are counted, the Election Commission members and candidate proxies can include their remarks about the election day proceedings in the protocol. The Commission is obliged to address these remarks. Then, the Commission inputs the data from the draft protocol into the online system, which checks for counting errors. Protocols printed from the system are read aloud to all present, allowing everyone to verify if the data is accurate and matches the drafts. If everything is in order, the Commission stamps the protocols, and every Commission member signs them. Candidate proxies and observers don't sign the protocols. The Commission electronically sends the protocols to the District Commission, and protocol copies are displayed on the polling station's doors for the public to see. Finally, the Commission packs all election materials. Remaining protocols are taken to the higher-level Commission. This process of determining voting results, though time-consuming, ensures the transparency and guarantees that all votes are counted.